right? The conjugate of a binomial radical expression, the square root of x plus 1 minus 1, is the square root of x plus 1 plus 1, right? It's the only thing that changes is the sign in the middle, the operator in the middle. So in order to, first I could check, let's do direct substitution. If I put a 0 in for x, I've got the square root of 1 minus 1, which is 0, divided by 0. So it's indeterminate form. So now I need a technique to deal with this kind of problem. I can't factor. Agreed? We don't know how to factor that. So this is what you do. Multiply by the conjugate of this binomial radical expression, the square root of x plus 1 plus 1. But if I multiply that in the numerator, I have to multiply it in the denominator. Okay. Now notice, I'll simplify. Right? In order to simplify the numerator, I have to FOIL. Okay. So when I multiply the first terms, the square root of x plus 1 times the square root of x plus 1 is x plus 1, right? And now notice that the middle terms cancel. They always do with conjugates. That's why we do it, right? The square root of x plus 1 times positive 1 times the square root of x plus the square root of x plus 1 times negative 1, they're opposites. So the middle terms always cancel with conjugates. You don't even need to write them down. Then the last terms will be negative 1 times positive 1, so minus 1. Okay, in the denominator, right, you need to resist the temptation to multiply x times this stuff here. Don't do that, right? Because it'll always be the case that when you simplify the numerator, you'll be able to cancel this factor. So you don't want to have already multiplied it and spread it to every term in the denominator. Just write it like this, x times the square root of x plus 1 plus 1. Now notice in the numerator, 1 minus 1 cancels. So this is the limit as x approaches 0 of x divided by x times the square root of x plus 1 plus 1. So now you can cancel that factor of x. That's why you don't want to have used it in a distributive property. Cancel, cancel. So this is the limit as x approaches 0 of 1 over the square root of x plus 1 plus 1. Okay, now if you try direct substitution, right, if I put in a 0 for x, now I have the square root of 1, which is 1. And because that's a plus, it's not leading to a divide by 0 anymore. It's actually 1 over the square root of 0 plus 1 plus 1, which is 1/2.